Alright, in this video, I'm going to be going over every single thing that Crollo recently leaked for the new BLR update. I do want to also mention I am sick right now, so if I sound different, it's probably because of that. And anyways, let's just get right into the video. Alright, so Crollo just pinged everyone in announcements, and by just, I mean like 40 minutes ago. I'm kind of late on this, but he sent us 2 event links, so here's the first one. Alright, so here's the revamps for this update. So pretty much we're just going to be getting the new Sae Awakening. This is honestly going to be pretty cool, because I feel like current Sae Awakening is kind of lackluster for like a character of his level. And then we're going to be getting a second ability for Isagi, and I'm guessing this is going to be a new shot because direct shot is terrible. It's probably going to be like 2 gun volley or something. I'm going to talk about that a bit more in a later section of the video. Big Bang Drive is probably going to be getting a rework, because I'm not going to like current Big Bang Drive, in my opinion, at least just isn't that crazy. And then some flows, we're just going to be getting some more of those, I'm guessing. And obviously some more quality of life updates. But the major thing that I really want to talk about for this video is the second link, because this actually goes over Don Lorenzo. And I don't know why we have Kunigami here, but the Ace Eater is getting added to Blue Lock Rivals. He is arguably the best defender in all of Blue Lock, and I want to go over all of his abilities in this next section, so let's go over that right now. Alright, for those of you guys that hadn't guessed already, this section of the video is going to contain some spoilers, so if you guys don't want to get spoiled, just skip ahead. And yeah, let's get right into it. The very first thing I want to talk about is Don Lorenzo's unique style of walking. I think this is his like most distinct character trait, and this is why people call him the zombie. He walks like sort of a zombie, and this allows him to defend better just because people aren't able to read his center of gravity or where he's going, and it just makes him a very confusing defender to play against. So I think people using the Don Lorenzo style are actually going to be having their own unique walk animation. This may or may not give you a buff. This might also be tied into his flow style, like maybe his flow style will activate the walk animation. However, I am very confident that they're going to add this just because BLR is the type of Blue Lock game to experiment with something like this. Like, I haven't seen a Blue Lock game actually add something like this before, so I think this would just be a really unique feature that we could definitely see in the game. Alright, the first ability that I think Don Lorenzo is going to get is a tackle dribble type thing. So basically you steal the ball and then you dribble past the opponent, sort of, just because whenever Don Lorenzo appears in the manga, he's shown to be somebody that actually has good ball control, especially compared to your typical defenders. Like, I feel like if Don Lorenzo wanted, this guy could honestly be a striker as well, and just because of that, I feel like they're definitely going to give him something like a dribble ability that would be unique to him, so he's not just like a rip-off IQ with 2 defense abilities. So something where like he could steal the ball and actually get some space on the field, I think that would just be really cool to see. And now that I'm done being creative and original, the next ability realistically is probably going to be something like IQ's TP steal. Like, you literally just teleport to your opponent and you just steal it. This sounds brain dead, but like, it is brain dead. Like, I genuinely can't think of anything more busted than a TP steal, and IQ already has that, so they're probably just going to reuse this for Don Lorenzo. I'm not going to lie, if there is another distinct ability of Don Lorenzo that I'm forgetting that should be added to his base, comment it below, because I might be forgetting. I'm not going to lie, as I did not read the Blue Lock manga, and for most of this video I just researched everything myself because I'd rather just watch the anime. But yeah, let's just move on to Don Lorenzo's Awakening. So recently, every single new ability that's dropped has had 2 Awakening abilities. Realistically, Don Lorenzo's probably also going to be getting 2 Awakening abilities, and for the very first Awakening ability, okay, I said that so much. But anyways, the first ability I think is going to be an intercept like IQ has, and I'm pretty sure Karasu also has. Basically, you just intercept and then you travel a longer distance. I think it'll just be like an upgraded version, because a lot of abilities like Kunigami, and I can't think of anything else, but a lot of abilities do just have like one version of a base move that's upgraded and then like a completely new move. And as for Don Lorenzo's completely new move, I think it's probably going to be something like you steal the ball from your side of the field and then you lob pass it across the entire field to your striker, or something like that. Like, basically you just steal and then you pass it to your teammate. I think this is going to be pretty sick, and it'll also obviously trigger an animation. I can't really think of much for a defender, so let me know if you guys have any better ideas, because I feel like a lot of these are just rehashes of each other, but it's just really hard to think of abilities for a defender, especially when he doesn't really have much feats that I could think of aside from defending and having a unique dribbling style. Alright, the last thing I want to talk about is Don Lorenzo's flow, and I'm not gonna lie, it looks kind of nasty. So like, you know how Nagi has the skull? Replace the skull with a bunch of like gold teeth circling around you, and that is Don Lorenzo's flow, and the buffs are probably just going to be the same as IQ. So yeah, let's just move on to the next section. Alright, the next shot we have is going to be Isagi's new shot, and I'm like 90% sure this is going to be a chemical reaction, but like 10% chance it isn't, and this is going to be the 2 gun volley. Originally I thought this would replace direct shot, however now I feel like it might end up actually being a chemical reaction. I'm going to explain that later on, but basically 2 gun volley is kind of like a feint shot ish. I'm going to be real, I don't fully understand it, but I'm just going to show a picture of it on screen right now. From what my understanding of it is, he kind of like traps it with one foot and then feints the other shot and then shoots it with the foot that he trapped it with. That sounds very confusing, but it's like a confusing shot, and the main reason Isagi uses this in the manga. Okay, I actually cut that section out. I don't want to spoil you guys. The next thing is going to be a spoiler, but this is essential, which is the chemical reaction. And it is going to be a chemical reaction with Hiyori, who's like the best passer in Blue Lock, and he is the one who actually assisted Isagi in scoring this goal. And yeah, I think this is going to be Isagi's chemical reaction and the second animation chemical reaction they're going to be adding to Blue Lock Rivals. I'm honestly really hyped for this, as Isagi is probably my favorite character right beside Shido and Rin, and it's kind of sucks that Isagi's style is kind of buns, so like Isagi getting more stuff added to him just makes me really happy. Comment below if you guys think this is just going to be Isagi's new version of direct shot, because direct shot getting replaced would also make me really happy. Realistically speaking, they're probably going to keep Isagi as a common, and instead of just upgrading his ability, we're just going to be getting a what's it called, chemical reaction. So yeah, let's just move on to the final section of the video. Or I think final. Okay, so this is not the last section, I lied. But anyways, Dragon Drive is getting a rework, and I kind of get why they're reworking it, but I still think it's a good shot right now, and it doesn't need one. But basically, the problem with Dragon Drive right now is whenever you use it, it has like a slight fall off. So like when you shoot it, the ball kind of goes down and then it goes forward. Basically, this just makes it super predictable, and even though the shot is fast itself, a good GK will know where it's going when it's falling off, so you'll just be able to position yourself in a way where you just intercept the ball anyways. If that makes sense. Like, my bad if that explanation was kind of confusing, but basically it's just super predictable and easy for people to save. So they're probably just going to rework the shot entirely. I hope it kind of goes back to like what it was originally, like where you like snipe the ball in the air in the box, even though that was kind of brain dead. Like maybe a reworked version of that where like it's actually balanced, just because I feel like the concept was just really cool and I would just love to see something like that again. But yeah, comment below what you guys think Dragon Drive's gonna turn out. It's probably just gonna be the same shot, just like a different animation, and it's gonna like feel different. But yeah, let's just move on to the real final section now. Alright, now we're on to the final section of the video, and Sae Awakening is actually going to be getting a rework. If I'm going to be honest with you guys, I don't think it's going to be like a full rework, because they're just visually reworking everything. So everything in Sae Awakening is just going to look a lot better and a lot nicer, because when it comes to the moves, honestly, I think it is completely fine. However, it does kind of look nasty, I'm not going to lie. Like compared to a lot of the stuff that we have right now, Sae most definitely deserves a rework. And also Rin, because Rin Awakening looks a lot worse. Like I feel like we need a Rin rework before anything else. But yeah, Sae Awakening, it's just going to look a lot nicer. You're not actually going to be seeing a change in any of the moves, at least to my knowledge. Correct me if I'm wrong, because Crollo didn't say anything about that. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Not much else for this video, and yeah, see ya.